Welcome to the Eczema Warrior podcast. I'm your host, Julia Chen. I'm here to help you heal your eczema naturally so you can finally live your best damn life. Many years ago in my own eczema healing journey, I was stuck and confused on how to heal my skin. Fast forward to today, after many lessons learned and lots of trial and error, I'm now living my best life and traveling the world with clearer skin. If you're an eczema or TSW warrior who desires a life of food freedom and is wanting to heal your skin without steroids while using mindset and manifestation as a tool, you're in the right place. Now let's get into it. Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of the Eczema Warrior podcast. Today's episode, I'm actually going to get straight into it because we don't have much of a life update, and I'm really excited to talk about this topic because it's honestly something that comes up very, very often, more than you think, and it's been a topic that's been ongoing with a lot of my clients, so I thought, why don't we make an episode about how to stop thinking negatively about your eczema and the exact relationship of how your thoughts actually impact your healing. So let's just first start off with, why do people, us, eczema warriors, TSW warriors, why do we naturally think towards the negative when it comes to eczema healing, when it comes to anything related to our skin? Well, the obvious answer to this is when we're dealing with a skin condition like eczema and going through TSW, it's not a pleasant experience. It's very debilitating. It's painful. It's itchy. You guys know all the physical symptoms that comes along with eczema. And then not to forget also the emotional and mental strain that it has on us. So naturally, when we're going through a chronic condition, it's very, very easy for us to think negative and think how hard it is to heal from it, because the other thing too is we're constantly told by our dermatologist, our doctor, that there's no way around it. The only way to manage your eczema is to use steroids. So we get a lot of negativity in general when it comes to how we approach eczema healing, just because it's just so hard to fight a condition where it literally covers your body for a lot of you guys, and it just seems like it's never ending. Now, the other thing I want to point out as well is that our brains naturally look for problems. Our brains are literally problem solvers. So even when there's no problem, and let's say your eczema is actually healing, we actually tend to self-sabotage and we try to look for problems to solve. So that's something to also keep in mind of, is that sometimes, if things are going well, notice if you actually look for issues when it comes to your eczema. And that actually comes out a lot more than you think. So that being said, when it comes to the negativity you have or may not have with your eczema, I just want you to just pay attention to what kind of feelings you have towards your eczema, especially if you're noticing more negative feelings versus positive feelings. And even though this condition is really hard, we do have complete control of how we respond to the journey. We can either decide to hate the journey, swear at it, be like, I fucking hate this sucks, this never is going to end, or we can make the conscious effort to at least change our thoughts and feelings about the journey. Because if we can't change how the direction of our healing is going to look like, because sometimes we don't have control of the result. But what we have control of is our thoughts. And our thoughts can actually impact our healing. And why does this happen? How does our thoughts actually impact healing? Well, let's put ourselves in a scenario. Let's say you're going through a flare right now and you are really frustrated, right? You're going through a flare, your skin's really itchy, and you're having these repetitive thoughts. Let's say these thoughts are, oh my God, I hate this journey. This sucks. Why is this flare happening? What did I eat? Did something trigger it? I feel so disgusting because of my eczema. I feel like everyone's looking at my skin. I feel like this is never going to end. Is this going to end? Right? These are just examples that I'm just randomly thinking about. But if you think about those thoughts that I've mentioned, these thoughts produce a certain feeling. And these feelings that you're going to have from these thoughts are not going to be good feelings. They're going to be feelings of stress. There's going to be feelings of frustration, anger, resentment, anything that you don't feel good about your journey, you're going to have those feelings. And when you have these feelings or emotions, what we'll say is you actually trigger your body to react to this certain situation. And it's not going to react in a good way. It's going to react in like you're in a fight or flight situation. And if you consistently have this thought pattern of hate, frustration, anger, and we keep repeating those same thoughts and over and over and over again, these thoughts are going to be affecting your subconscious mind. And when your subconscious mind gets the same repeated thoughts, this is when everything becomes automation. And when it becomes automation in your brain, it's literally going to affect your entire body. And this is how your thoughts literally create a reality. Because we are literally thinking about the same thing over and over and over again, that you're literally attracting those things. Right? The energy that actually comes out of your thoughts can actually affect your experiences. So if you keep thinking the same negative thoughts, you're going to have the same things happening to you. I literally have met people in my life where they used to tell me that, bad things always happen to them. They have all this bad luck. They don't have a day in their life where something doesn't go wrong. And I've literally seen those things manifest because they keep thinking that bad things happen. So bad things literally happen. And, same thing applies with eczema healing. If we keep thinking negatively about our eczema, then you're going to keep having negative experiences with your eczema. So watching your thoughts is really, really, really important. And one way to do this, to stop the negative thinking, is number one, write down what is going through your mind. What are the thoughts that are coming up? And I want you to write it down in your journal. This is really key, okay? Everyone always says, oh, Julia, what about just like thinking about those thoughts? No, you have to write down everything on paper, right? There's so many thoughts that go through our mind every day. You will not remember the negative thinking that comes up all the time. I want you to pull out a piece of paper right now, if you're not driving, if you're not busy, and write down 3 repetitive thoughts that keep coming up when it comes to your eczema healing. And they're most likely going to be negative, but that's okay. First, I want you to write it down. Then I want you to list out the emotions of how you feel with these thoughts. And you can just use one word: frustration, anger, hate, for example. And then you'll realize, wow, I'm having these constant feelings about my journey because of these thoughts. And so how do you shift this? Once you write down the negative thought, I want you to write the opposite. So let's say you're writing things down like, I don't think this is going to end. Then the opposite statement is, I know that I'm healing and this journey is going to have a beautiful ending, for example. Or let's say you have a negative thought like, I really dislike my eczema and I don't have a good relationship with it. The other statement you could say is, I'm slowly working on my relationship with my eczema and I'm slowly loving my body. Even though you don't fully believe it yet, that's okay, because we are trying to train your subconscious mind what is actually true. And this takes time. It's like going to the gym and trying to build a booty, right? You have to go consistently to grow that muscle. Same thing with rewiring your subconscious mind. You have to consistently do this like an affirmation in order to get your body to believe it. And once your body's able to believe it, then that's when healing is going to happen, because now you're no longer in the fight or flight mode thinking negatively, and now you are trying to make the effort to think more positive. So that's one way to stop thinking negatively about your eczema, is to write it down on paper and write the exact opposite. The second way to stop thinking negatively about your eczema is to honestly just practice self-love and self-care. I think sometimes, I know it sounds really simple, but sometimes we forget about how much care our body really needs more than we think. And if we can actually start practicing, the meditation, the journaling, the deep breathing, going out in nature, going to the beach, going to the ocean, right? Then that's when we start to develop a better relationship with ourselves, because we're actually taking time in our day to take care of ourselves, right? And if you're taking time out of the day to take care of yourself, you're going to start to naturally stop thinking negatively, because now you're putting your energy towards love and you're putting your energy towards care. And automatically you're going to feel better, slowly, obviously, and you're going to start to realize, wow, every time that I slow down, every time that I practice self-love and self-care, I feel a little bit better about my eczema and I feel a little bit better about my health. Right? And that's kind of like an indirect way of how to stop thinking negatively, because now you're doing things that you actually enjoy, right? Like, who doesn't like going for a walk in nature, or going to the beach and going to the ocean and, spending time with yourself, right? Sometimes we don't realize that we need to just slow down, and that's important and something to add into your routine so you can take your attention away from negative thinking and putting your attention to doing things that take care of your body. And the third way to stop thinking negatively about your eczema, and this is going to be an interesting thing, is to actually view your eczema as a friend. And I know this sounds crazy. Everyone's like, how can you think of your eczema as a friend when literally it feels like your enemy? And that is a mindset shift I want you guys to change. If you keep thinking your eczema as an enemy, it's going to always be your enemy, and it's always going to be around and flaring. Versus if you think of your eczema as a friend, right? Think about a best friend. Would you ever tell a best friend that she's ugly, or you hate her, or, you don't want to hang out with her? Absolutely not. And so the same thing with your eczema as well. Think of your eczema as this thing that's a part of your life right now, and that's okay. You are slowly trying to nurture your eczema and you're trying to heal your eczema, but you're going to put love towards it, and you're going to see your eczema as a friend versus an enemy. And if you see your eczema as a friend and you become nice to it, then it's obviously going to be nice to you as well. I know it's a very interesting perspective, but trust me, I wouldn't be recommending it if it didn't work. Something to definitely try out. Start shifting your perspective when it comes to your eczema, writing your thoughts down, and practicing more of that self-care. That's all I have for today's episode. I honestly wanted to keep it short and sweet and giving you guys my top tips when it comes to stopping the negative thinking. And remember, you guys, this is going to take time. Mindset work is not something that happens overnight. It literally takes practice, and you will see a difference. Let me know if you enjoyed this episode, if this helped you, if you want more mindset episodes. Please let me know on Instagram at juliachan.rd. If you loved it, tag me on Instagram as well. I want to know that you guys are enjoying this. And if you're looking for more support, mindset is my favorite thing to work on. It's exactly what we focus on inside my signature program, Clear Your Eczema. And we have so many clients right now who have seen a big difference with using mindset to heal their skin. And I would love for you to experience the same. If you want to work with me, you can apply in the show notes below. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, good rest of your weekend. And we will see you in the next episode. Thanks for tuning in to today's episode. Now, before I let you go, I want to let you know I have this amazing free eczema visualization meditation. This visualization has helped me so much in my healing. It has helped me manifest skin healing faster than I ever imagined. My clients and I use it. We use it all the time in our group coaching calls, and it's honestly the best tool to use when it comes to healing. Now, if you want this visualization, all you have to do is leave us a review and give us a rating. Take a screenshot of this podcast and your review. Send it to our email at hello@juliachan.com, and you will receive this amazing free visualization. Trust me, you're not going to want to miss out on this one. This visualization has literally changed my life. My clients and I do this every night before bed or even first thing in the morning, and it helps them heal flares faster. Okay, look forward to hearing your review, and we will see you soon.